everybody, it's Paul here for Quest4Horror and welcome to the first annual Quest4Horror Awards. So let's see who we've got in the chat so far. So we have Georgina Herbert, we have Ellie, we have Scream7 Fan, Michelle Harris, BDM Bath Bag and WJP and Tilly. So welcome to you all. Scream Fan, thank you so much for the likes. Really appreciate that. Thank you for the gifts as well. 487 likes already. That in the screen. So thank you so much, guys. MJM, my man, how you doing? Georgina, you need to check Dracula 2025. It was a great movie, one of the better adaptations. Yeah, that is on my list to watch at some point, Georgina. I've got quite a lot to get through at the moment, but hopefully at some point, maybe not in the next couple of weeks, but maybe over Christmas. That's something. So Scream7 fans, so tonight this is the first annual Quest4Horror Awards. So I wanted to do my own kind of horror award show. So basically over the last, probably about 3 weeks now, I chose 10 categories that I wanted to include in these awards. And I've been posting videos on a daily basis and basically giving what the category is, what the nominations are. Now I haven't chosen the winner on these, this is chosen by you, the Quest4Horror community, and what I'm doing tonight is going through each of these categories and showing who's won to share it with you guys. And I saw some comments earlier. Yeah, so that song that was playing in the background, that's my own song for the channel. That's Quest4Horror. So I hope you like it. It's been on some of the videos I put out for these nominations. So I really hope you like it, guys. I watched it today. Definitely worth the £10 price on digital. Okay, I'll check it out. So it's like the Grammys, but kind of your own horror version. Yeah, pretty much Scream7 fan. Basically, I'm a huge fan of like the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards. And also, if you know the Dead Meat on YouTube, I'm kind of inspired by them. And to be honest, I've not seen any other horror creators on TikTok do this kind of thing. So yes, I pretty much wanted to do kind of my own take on it. So for those of you that may have not seen the videos or not voted on it, so the video at the top here is basically showing the Quest4Horror Movie Awards. It flashes up with what the categories are. And a massive thank you to you guys. Alice, how you doing? Yeah, Dead Meat are awesome. Absolutely love them. And Michelle, thank you for the rose. Thank you for the likes. 1,244 likes, guys. Thank you so much. And what I say, guys, please keep those likes coming in. I say we can try and get this live, these awards shared out with as many people as possible. So it's free to send likes, guys. So please do that. It helps with the FYP. And if you're loving this stream and you're loving these awards, please feel free to send some gifts. It will be greatly appreciated. Scream7, thanks so much for the 20 gifts. I appreciate that. Alice May, Jordan, thanks for liking the live. Thank you for sharing the live, Georgina. Really appreciate it. So we are going to get into the Quest4Horror Awards very shortly. But again, just pretty much what I was saying a minute ago, really, is sort of going is that, you know, tonight isn't just about horror. It's about you, the Quest4Horror community. So every scream, every click of what you voted, every vote you've cast has brought these awards to life. The Quest4Horror Awards exist because of this amazing community, which I've really built over the last year, which I'm really proud of. So again, I chose the nominees, I chose the categories, but you have decided the winners. So all the winners I'm crowning tonight is voted by you, and you've proved that horror fans are the most passionate, most dedicated, and unstoppable force on TikTok. And without your voices, there will be no crowns, there will be no glory, and no legends rising tonight. So before I reveal the first award, I want to give it up to you, the Quest4Horror community, who has made this possible. So thank you so much, guys, for all your love and support, not only for these awards, but what you've shown for me over the last year since I've been in TikTok. So thank you so much to you guys. Really appreciate it. Tilly, how you doing? Welcome in. So before we get into the first award, guys, let's just double check what we got here. Alice, thank you so much for the gifts. Really appreciate that. 1,652 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate the support. So we've got Michelle Harris, Scream7 Fan, Ellie, Georgina Herbert, MJM, and Tilly. So, are you guys ready for the first award? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a fire icon. Give me a fire emoji in the comments. Are you ready for the first award of the Quest4Horror Awards 2025? Excellent. Okay, so the first horror award we're going to give away tonight is for Best Indie Horror. Okay, so this to me is a very important category in indie because All right, creatures of the night. It's time for us to for our very first award of the evening. So, like I say, it's best indie horror, and indie horror films prove that you don't need a blockbuster budget to terrify audiences. You just need a really good vision, guts, and a whole lot of nightmares. And the nominees for the best indie horror are Good Boy, The Rule of Jenny Penn, The Ugly Stepsister, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, Little Bites, Night of the Reaper, and Your Host. So those are the nominees for tonight's indie horror. So I am just about now to open up the envelope to find out who has won. So here we have best indie horror. So let's find out what has won. Handy Horror, welcome in, man. I'm just unveiling the winner of best indie horror of 2025, and I've done these envelopes up a little bit too tight. So the winner of best indie horror 2025, chosen by you, the Quest for Horror community, at the Quest4Horror Awards, is Good Boy. So well done to Good Boy. I'll see you guys in the chat. We voted for Good Boy. And also what I was going to say to you guys is that after I have announced each of these winners for these categories, I'm going to tell you what my vote will be. So Good Boy wins best indie horror, and for me, I agree with you guys, this for me is the best indie horror of 2025. So I was very lucky to go and see this very, very early private advanced screening in London, about 4 to 5 weeks before it came out to cinemas. I also watched it recently again on Shudder, and for me, it is by far the best indie horror of the year. If you've not seen Good Boy yet, please check it out. It's a fantastic film with a fantastic performance by Indy the dog, which will absolutely break your heart. No, I didn't put Shelby Oaks on it because that had not a lot of people had really seen that by the time that I put these awards out. So that's not classed on here. So I see you guys in the chat that voted for Good Boy. So it's the best indie horror 2025 chosen by you, the Quest for Horror community. So spam a dog icon in the comments if you love Good Boy and if you voted for Good Boy. Let me know in the comments, guys. So indie horror thrives because of you, the fans who discover and watch these films. So thank you so much. Ashley, Tilly, welcome in. We've just given away the first award of the night, and the winner of best indie horror film of the year was Good Boy, as chosen by the overwhelming majority of the Quest for Horror community. So well done to Good Boy, and thanks very much to everyone who voted. So before we get on to the next category, I wanted to just talk about a few things. So, as many of you might have seen, I reacted to the new trailer, or the first trailer for Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, which I think looks absolutely brilliant. This is one of the films that I'm looking forward to most in 2026. I've seen loads of people raving about it online, and for good reason, because it looks absolutely amazing. So, have you guys checked out the trailer for Ready or Not 2? And let me know what you think in the comments, guys. I'd love to know your thoughts. Ellie, thanks so much for the heart. 2,844 likes, guys. Thank you so much. As I say, it's free to like. So if you're loving this stream, you're loving these awards, please tap that screen to get those likes in. And if you want to support me and you love this, please also send them gifts. It'd be greatly appreciated. Yeah, I say, Scream 7 fan, I think it looks absolutely fantastic. It's still got that really cool tone of the first one. Thank you so much for the coins, Michelle. Really appreciate it. Ellie, thank you for the call. Really appreciate that. Actually, love the first one. Second one looks great. Yeah, I think it looks absolutely brilliant. I think it's gonna look so much more fun. Got a great cast. You know, you got David Cronenberg appears to be in it. You've got Sarah Michelle Gellar. You've got Elijah Wood. So I think it's going to be really cool. Michelle, thank you much for the coins. I really appreciate that. Carl D 316, welcome in, buddy. We just unveiled the first winner of the night for the category of Best Indie Horror, which was won by Good Boy, as chosen by the Quest for Horror community. So thank you so much. MGM looks really good. Yeah, it does, man. A lot of good horrors next year. We'll talk about that a little bit later, Scream 7 fan. Ashley, thank you so much for liking the live. I really appreciate that. Okay, so who is ready for the next award? Let me know in the comments, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a fire. Give me any emoji you like. Show your hype level for the next category. Cool. Cool, cool. MJM, me, awesome. Scream Fence and Fan. You guys are interested now what the next category is? Let me know in the comments, guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, the next category is Best Horror TV Show. So there's been some absolutely fantastic ones this year. And for me, like horror, especially now, horror isn't just for the big screen. It's also invaded our living rooms, our streaming queues, and sleepless nights with like, especially with binging on stuff like Netflix or Amazon Prime or anything like that. So this next category celebrates the shows that kept us glued to the screen and terrified to turn off the lights. Now, I will say, guys, I have not included Stranger Things in this because at the time that I put this vote out, the latest episode of Stranger Things had not aired, so that's why it's not on this list. But the nominees for Best Horror TV Show of 2025 are Alien Earth, Dexter Resurrection, From, It, Welcome to Derry, The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, The Creep Tapes, and Guts and Glory. So, I'm about to announce the Best Horror TV Show of 2025 as chosen by you, the Quest4Horror community. So what do we have here? Blimey, I've done these envelopes up really tight. So, the winner of Best Horror TV Show of 2025 as chosen by the Quest4Horror community is It, Welcome to Derry. Congratulations to It, Welcome to Derry. I've seen you guys in the comments that voted for this. If you vote for It, Welcome to Derry, let me know in the comments. Give me a clown face, give me a thumbs up, give me what you want. I think the series has been absolutely fantastic. We've still got a couple of episodes left. But for me, I mean, I would have said earlier on in the year, I would have said Dexter Resurrection because Dexter is like my favourite series of all time. And I think Dexter Resurrection was fantastic. But for me, I would also agree, It, Welcome to Derry has been absolutely amazing. Amazing television. Some really great stuff they're doing with Pennywise and doing with the law. So I think it's a well-deserved victory. So well done to everybody that voted for It, Welcome to Derry, which wins Best Horror TV Show. Yeah, out. Second episode in, I love it. MJM, wait till you get to episode 5 and 6, man. You're gonna freak out. It's so good. So Ashley, thanks so much for the heart, me, and thank you for the finger heart. Michelle, thank you so much for the bagel. I really appreciate support. Oh, Ashley, another one. Donut. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support, guys. So yeah, so It, Welcome to Derry wins Best Horror TV Show of 2025. Now, speaking about 2026, I mean, as Scream 7 fan mentioned earlier, we've got so many great horror films to look forward to next year. I mean, the first couple of months, we've got Primate. So those of you who don't know, there's a film coming out released by Paramount called Primate, which is about a killer chimp that goes crazy. It's meant to be absolutely wild. It premiered at Fantastic Fest a few months ago. We've also got Scream 7 in February, which I cannot wait for. We've got the new film from Corey Baker called Obsession, which is meant to be absolutely insane. If you've not seen the film Milk and Cereal, which is free on YouTube, I urge you to watch it. One of the best found footage films I have ever seen. Obviously, hopefully we get Terrifier 4 next year. Hopefully get the sequel to It Follows. We've got the new Robert Eggers film Werewolf, which is going to be released next December. We've got Evil Dead Burnout next year as well. There's just so much great stuff. Hopefully we also get things like the Friday the 13th TV series next year, Welcome to Crystal Lake. Should be hopefully getting stuff like the Halloween TV series and new Halloween film. We've got Resident Evil Requiem releasing on the same day as Scream 7 next year. So already there's so much great stuff to look forward to, and even stuff we don't even know about yet. So I'd like to know, guys, what are you most looking forward to in terms of horror for 2026? Let me know in the comments, guys. Getting it blitzed. Oh, awesome. Ashley, can't wait for Scream. Absolutely, I cannot wait. It's going to be so good. Strangers 3. I really like the first couple of Strangers films, and I'm definitely going to conclude that trilogy. Yeah, Milk and Cereal MGM is absolutely brilliant. I say it's free on YouTube. It's about an hour long, and honestly, be one of the best short films you've ever seen. It's so good. Silent Hill, I'm looking forward to, but Scream 7 Defo. Yeah, Silent Hill, not for me personally, but I know a lot of people are really excited about it. MJM, my mate's wedding. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I agree, Georgina. I mean, I think Strangers like Chapter 3 looks really quite intense, and I'm actually really looking forward to it. So I'll be definitely reviewing that when that comes out next year. But yeah, so much great stuff to look forward to, guys. Really good stuff. Okay, so who is ready for the next award? Let me know in the comments, guys. Are you hyped? Are you looking forward to it? What do you think the next category is going to be? Let me know in the comments before I unveil it. I'd love to know. Yes. Me. Awesome. Well, before we get to the next category, let's just double check who... Oh, yeah, 28 years later, Boat. I completely forgot about that. That's also releasing in January. I checked out the new trailer the other day. It looks so good. MJM, you are correct. We are doing Best Horror Film Score next. And before we get into it, let's just double check who we got in the chat. So we've got Michelle Harris, Ashley, Scream 7 fan, Ellie, Georgina Herbert, and MJM. So thank you guys for spending your time with me tonight and joining me for the Quest4Horror Awards. Okay, yes, so next one is Horror Film Score is the next category. So, horror isn't just about what you see, it's what you hear, and especially in horror films, the use of sound, whether it be music or sound effects, or sometimes even the lack of sound, really creates mood and really creates good atmosphere. But the right score crawls under your skin and can make your heart race and turn, even shadows into nightmares. So tonight we honour the soundtracks that made terror unforgettable in 2025. And the nominees for Best Horror Score in 2025 are Nosferatu, Sinners, Final Destination Bloodlines, Black Phone 2, Frankenstein, The Monkey, and 28 Years Later. So here we have Best Horror Film Score of 2025. So let's see what we have. Okay, guys, the winner of Best Horror Film Score of 2025, as chosen by you, the Quest4Horror community, is Sinners. Well done to Sinners. Well done to everybody who voted for this one. I have to agree, out of all of those, some really great soundtracks there. Nosferatu was fantastic. For me, Sinners, I think, was absolutely deserving of winning Best Horror Film Score. I mean, there's a sequence in it during like the Duke joint where different like eras of music come together, and the way that was utilised I thought was absolutely fantastic. But also the scenes where Remick shows up, like a like really ominous dark score, and just the use of like blues and gospel music I thought was done to chilling effect. Really fantastic stuff. So if you voted for Sinners as Best Horror Film Score, let me know in the comments. But well done to Sinners. Yeah, Michelle, say my wife Michelle, she watched Sinners for the first time the other week. She really enjoyed it. Can't remember soundtracks, but Sinners was goaty music. That's what I mean. Yeah, Sinners. Yep. MGM went Nosferatu. Yeah, Nosferatu was a fantastic soundtrack, man. But I think, yeah, Sinners for me personally. Sinners was great. Carl D, welcome back. I still haven't watched Sinners yet. It's on my watch list. Oh, you need to watch it, Georgina. It's so good. Carl D, hello, my friend. Welcome in. So, yeah, so Sinners wins Best Horror Film Score of 2025 as chosen by you, the Quest4Horror community. So, well done to Sinners and well done to everyone that voted. So guys, next weekend I am very excited. So I am going to the Ice Nine Kills Silver Screen Con in London. So this is the first time that this con has ever come to the UK, and I'm going to be meeting David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown. I'm having a photo shoot with him dressed as Art Santa. Also a photo shoot with just David Howard Thornton as he is. Photo shoot with Damien Leone separate. Photo shoot with Samantha Scafidi separate, who plays Vicky. Now, after I bought that, they've also got Emily McClan there, who also plays a little Pearl girl. So I'm going to try and meet her. You've got Juliette Lewis there, which I'd like to get an autograph with, or a selfie. And James Dew Courtney, who played Michael Myers in the recent Halloween trilogy. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm definitely getting some kind of videos to the channel, guys. And if I'm gonna try, when I meet David and meet Damien, I'm gonna see if they can do a little video for the Quest4Horror channel for you guys. I can't promise anything, but I hope I can get something. And I'll get loads of videos and stuff about, you know, what's gone on. I put some kind of blog together and stuff like that. But I am so looking forward to it. So there'll be definitely plenty of coverage of that next weekend when I'm at the con. I'm not a massive fan of Iceland Kills music myself. I mean, I like the work of Art Track. I love it. It's probably my favourite song of theirs. I find their stuff quite cheesy though, but I do think Spencer Charnas is a really good dude. And he's a really talented vocalist, a very talented band, and obviously they love horror and they're putting this together. So I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to that next weekend. Hope to buy some cool t-shirts, some cool merch, get some cool stuff to be able to share with you guys. So stay tuned for that within a week's time. Can't wait. So we got here. So how's you? I'm really good, thanks, Carl. How about you, man? What you been up to? I wanted to go and see them in Manchester, but sadly can't. Oh, okay, no problem, dude. I'm seeing Iceland Kills on Wednesday. I'm so excited, but my wallet is going to be made. It's going to be made me at the end. That sounds brilliant. Yeah, MGM, it's going to be awesome, man. I mean, the photo shoot for Art Santa was a lot, but I thought, do you know what? It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, so I'm doing it. And I'm sure that David Howard was going to be walking around dressed as Art Santa on Saturday, so I'm really looking forward to it. I like the song, It Song, Art Song, Joker Song, Screaming, a couple of songs. Netflix, how you doing, man? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. We've just done 3 categories so far for the Quest4Horror Awards. We had Best Indie Horror was won by Good Boy. Best Horror TV Show was won by It Welcome to Derry. And we've just done Best Horror Film Score, which is won by Sinners. So just to keep you up to date, man. Hope you're doing well. Mad at me a minute. Yeah, so yeah, massively looking forward to Silver Screen Con, guys. There'll be lots of content from me when I'm out there. Hopefully I'll get to meet some really cool people as well. Hopefully some of you might be there, or some people on my channel are watching. I know some people that follow me and I follow them. They're going as well, so hopefully meet up with some of them. Shocking scene next, I think. Not too bad. How about you? I'm good, man. I'm good, thank you. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it, dude. So, who is ready for the next award? And what do you think the next award is going to be? Let me know in the comments before I reveal all. I'd love to know your thoughts, guys. What do you think it's going to be? Got Kamash on screen. So, what category do you think is going to be next? Okay, so you think it's going to be Shocking Scene, MJM? Anyone else? Anyone else going to have a guess? Georgina, I wish I was going to Silver Screen Con. I would definitely go to the next one. I'm sure they'll do it again next year, Georgina. I think it's obviously going to be really popular. Did you know also, Georgina, that the Horrified one that was in Farnborough that we went to this year, it's in Core next year. They got Robert Englund and they got Kane Hodder there as well. So I might even go to that one next year. I need to see what happens and what money's like, because these things get really expensive. But yeah, 4,683 likes, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the gifters so far as well. As I say, if you're loving this stream, I say please tap that screen. The lights coming in. It's free to do so. Really helps set me out with the FYP and helps to share these awards with more people. And if you're liking the content, if you want to send a gift, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Okay, so next category is going to be Best Female Lead. So this is where we're going next, guys. Best Female Lead. So, I mean, horror in general has always thrived on its leading women, especially like the Scream Queens, the survivors, the fighters, and also in terms of even the villains, to carry like stories through the darkness. So this category honours performances that left us breathless, terrified, and inspired. So the nominees for Best Female Lead in a Horror Film at the Quest4Horror 2025 Awards is Madeline McGraw, Black Phone 2, Vera Farmiga, The Conjuring Last Rites, Sally Hawkins, Bring Her Back, Lily Rose Depp, Nosferatu, Julia Garner, Weapons, Tatiana Maslany, Keeper, and Camille Sullivan, Shelby Oaks. So, best female lead in a horror film this year. Let's see who won. Who do you think it is, guys? Let me know in the comments. So, the best female lead in a horror film, as chosen by you, the Quest for Horror community, is Sally Hawkins. Bring Her Back. Again, this is another category that you've chosen on that I also agree with your overwhelming majority. I think Sally Hawkins was absolutely fantastic in this role. She deserved winner. So thank you to everyone who voted, and let me know in the comments if you voted Sally Hawkins. I'd love to know. So well done, Sally Hawkins. Well done to everyone who voted. I think that was absolutely one of the, not just only one of, for me, it is the best performance of the year. You know, in terms of either male or female, I think it was absolutely brilliant. Just a chilling performance, scary but relatable and tragic at the same time. It was absolutely brilliant. Georgina, yeah, a well-deserved win. Yes, but I will not be attending a May Try for the Love of Horror in 2027 as got My Chemical Romance next year. Okay, cool. So who's happy with that there? Sally Hawkins, Bring Her Back, wins Best Female Lead of 2025 at the Quest4Horror Awards. Let me know in the comments, guys. So let's just check we got in tonight, guys. So we've got Michelle Harris, MJM, Georgina Herbert, and Ellie. Ellie, I suppose you're happy about that as well, because I know you picked Sally Hawkins to Bring Her Back. I know it's probably your favourite horror film of the year as well, personally. So we went to see that together at Scream Unseen. Alice, you there? Charles Lebrecht. Hi, Charles. Welcome in. I'm Paul for Quest4Horror. I'm going through the Quest4Horror 2025 awards. These are categories that I chose, and I chose the nominees, but it's the Quest4Horror community that have chosen the winners. We've done several so far, so we've still got some more to go, so you joined at the right time. And if you love your horror content, please send me a follow. I'd love to have you as part of the Quest4Horror community. So thank you so much. So guys, I mean, in terms of like horror films, what was the most disappointing horror film that you've seen in 2025? Now, I know that I've spoken about this on the channel. For me, I'll say the most disappointing overall that I've seen was definitely Clown in a Cornfield. Now, I'd never read the novels, but I thought this looks like it's going to be a really fun slasher. I heard that people that read the books there's a really cool twist in it and everything like that. But when I saw it, I thought it was absolutely awful. Like, the so-called twist and the reveals, I called within the first 10 minutes. Olivia, welcome into the Quest4Horror Awards. We've done a few categories so far. I'll go over what categories we've done shortly and who the winners are. But we've still got 7 more to go, so I hope you're doing well. But yeah, but Clown in the Cornfield I just thought was awful. So for you guys, what has been your most disappointing horror film of 2025? And this is actually one that I haven't done as a category. I completely forgot about it. But what would be your most disappointing horror film of 2025? Like for me, when I watched Weapons, the hype was so high for it, and I was so hyped. But when I watched it the first time, I was really underwhelmed. But since I bought it on Blu-ray, I watched it a couple of times, and I really have grown to love the film. I still have a few issues with it with some of the pacing, but as a whole, I really enjoy that film now. Yeah, Heart Eyes is another one, Ellie. I mean, I think the master design of the Heart Eyes killer was brilliant, but the kills and again the reveals were just so on the nose and so predictable. I hate how all kills for Clown and Cornfield would do off screen. Yeah, and pretty much all of them, Georgina, was shown in the trailer as well. How bad Clown and Cornfield made Until Dawn. I mean, I never had any high hopes for that, but I watched that at home and it was absolutely awful. So, what about the rest of you guys? So, what about so Ellie, give me yours. MJM, Olivia, what were some of your most disappointing horror films of 2025? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. Okay, guys, so next category. What do you think the next category is going to be for the Quest4Horror Awards? Let me know in the comments, guys. I'd love to know your thoughts. And are you enjoying the award so far? If you are, please get those likes coming through. And if you want to do so and help support the channel, please send some gifts. It'd be greatly appreciated. Okay, so do you think it's best actor? There's no category for best body horror, Ellie, this year. Anyone else for any more? Anyone else want to take a stab at what the guess what it is? It's okay, Ellie, not a problem. It's not a problem. Okay, so the next category for the Quest4Horror Awards is going to be Best Horror Game. Now, for this one, I have taken the deciding vote on this one. This is the only category that I've had to cast a vote. The reason being is there were only a couple of people that voted on this category, and each person voted for something different. Now, there's only a couple of horror games that I've played this year, but I put a lot of the bigger horror games in the list because I thought there'd be lots of other people that played them and they would vote for them. So out of all the videos that I put out for this is probably the category that had the least interest. Thank you for liking the live, Olivia. Really appreciate it. But these are the nominees for Best Horror Game of 2025. So, Silent Hill F, Kronos The New Dawn, Little Nightmares 3, Terrifier the arcade game, Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic, Total Chaos, Alien Rogue Incursion Evolved Edition, Repo, and Tormented Souls 2. So, I don't even need to open this because I know what the winner is. Because like I say, I had to have the deciding vote. So it was between two games. And those games were Little Nightmares 3 and Terrifier the arcade game. Now, Little Nightmares 3, I have not played at all. So the award goes to Terrifier the arcade game. Now, I had this quite a few hours into this. Now, it's not necessarily the Terrifier game that I wanted. It's like a very much side-scrolling beat 'em up, pixel like beat 'em up, inspired by like games. But it is quite good fun. I think though that if they had done like a Terrifier game, sort of in the vein of like Manhunt, I think that would have been much better. But it is a fun game, and it's Terrifier the arcade game that wins Best Horror Game of the Year for the Quest4Horror 2025 Awards, and it's the only one I've had to make a choice on what the winner is. All the other ones have all been voted for you guys, and there is a clear winner on those. So, let's see, we've got the chat. So we've got Michelle Harris, we've got Georgina Herbert, we've got MJM, and we've got Olivia. So 4,954 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Like I say, if you're enjoying the Quest4Horror Awards and you want to support me, I say please send those likes through. Keep those likes coming in. It really helps me out. Really helps us push this live out to the FYP to get more people in. And I say if you're really enjoying it, you want to send some gifts to really support me, that is also really greatly appreciated. So thank you so much. So we've got Michelle Harris, Georgina Herbert, MJM, and Olivia in so far. So thank you for staying with me, guys. Really appreciate it. And let me know in the comments, are you enjoying the Quest4Horror Awards, and are you happy with the winners so far? Let me know. I'd really like to know, guys, because your feedback is always greatly appreciated, and you always support me, and I always love the fact that you turn up to my lives, you turn up to my content, you're always commenting, and this is what makes things like this, because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to do these sort of things. So it's very much appreciated. So, let's go on to the next category. So the next category, Fidel, how you doing? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining the Quest4Horror Awards 2025. So this next category is my favourite category of all. So this category is Best Horror Villain, and there's been some really great horror villains in 2025. This is great. Thank you, Olivia. I really appreciate it. Thank you much for the support. So, Best Horror Villain. So with every great horror story, that, you know, moments that make us gasp, that squirm and cover our eyes, and the scenes that stay with us. We need a really strong horror villain, and every horror story needs its monster. You know, a villain that stalks our dreams, twists our fears, and makes us question whether we'll ever feel safe again. So this category honours the characters that have defined terror in 2025. So the nominations for Best Horror Villain of 2025 are Count Orlok, Nosferatu; Aunt Gladys, Weapons; The Grabber, Black Phone 2; Remick, Sinners; Tucker, Dangerous Animals; Laura, Bring Her Back; or The Monkey from The Monkey. So, let's see who is crowned Best Horror Villain of 2025 as chosen by you, the Quest for Horror community. Thank you very much for liking the live late night at the video store. Thanks for coming in, dude. Hope you're doing well, man. We're about halfway through the Quest for Horror Awards. So the winner of Best Horror Villain of 2025 goes to Aunt Gladys, Weapons, an overwhelmingly popular choice. So well done to Weapons. Let me know in the comments if you voted for her. As I say, I wasn't a massive fan of Weapons when it came out. It was a film I was so looking forward to, I'm so hyped for. When I first watched it in cinema, it left me really, really overwhelmed. However, having since purchased the film on Blu-ray and watched it several times, I say I am really on board. I think Aunt Gladys is great. I think Weapons is great. And I'm really looking forward to the fact they're going to do a origin story for her. But she's genuinely creepy. And she kind of reminds me of Art the Clown in a way. I mean, obviously she talks. But like, there's so many scenes in Weapons, like, where she's doing something horrific. Or she's done something horrific to someone. But in the background, she's like, just like, doing like there's one scene where she's like, she does something to someone with these sticks and possesses them. And then she's like tidying around. And like, it's creepy, but it's hilarious at the same time. She's just a really, really great character. So if you voted for Aunt Gladys as Best Horror Villain of the Year, let me know in the comments. Thank you so, so much, guys, and much, much appreciated. Oh, a bit of a drink. My throat's getting a bit sore. So let's just have a recap of all the categories so far and who's won. So we've had Best Indie Horror was won by Good Boy. Best Horror TV Show was It, Welcome to Derry. Hello, Peter. How you doing, my man? We're just halfway through the Quest4Horror Awards. I'm just going through the winners. So let me just start again because you just joined. So far we've crowned Best Indie Horror of 2025 is Good Boy. Best Horror TV Show is It, Welcome to Derry. Best Horror Film Score is Sinners. Best Female Lead is Sally Hawkins in Bring Her Back. Best Horror Game, which I had to have the deciding vote because it was tied between two, is Terrify the Arcade Game. And we just crowned Best Horror Villain, which is Aunt Gladys in Weapons. So well done to everybody who shared. Horror Fanatic, how you doing? Welcome, welcome in. I don't know if you just got that. I was just going through the winners of all the nominations so far, the categories. So I'll just go over it again. So we've already covered Best Indie Horror was won by Good Boy. Best Horror TV Show is It, Welcome to Derry. Best Horror Film Score is Sinners. Best Female Lead was Sally Hawkins in Bring Her Back. Best Horror Game is Terrify the Arcade Game, as I had to have the deciding vote. And Best Horror Villain we just crowned is Aunt Gladys from Weapons. No need to be sorry. I really appreciate you joining. And Peter, thanks so much for joining as well, guys. So we've got another 4 categories left to go. So there's still plenty that you tuned in for. So it's absolutely no problem at all. And so I really appreciate you spending your time with me. So let's have a check who we got. So we've got Michelle Harris, we've got MJM, we've got Olivia, we've got Late Night at the Video Store, we've got Horror Fanatic, and we've got Flop Peter. So welcome in, guys. So before we go any further, we get on to the next category. So we've spoken about we spoke earlier about what sort of horror films we're sort of looking forward to in 2025. Now, I put a post out a few weeks ago, which has been quite controversial to some people. But I put a post out about, we've had all these, like, over the last few years, we've had, like, Michael Myers' Halloween's come back. We've had, like, we're getting Jason come back in, like, Crystal Lake. But we need Freddy to come back. Now, obviously, the last film we had was in 2010. We had Jackie O'Haley that played Freddy Krueger, which I think he did a really, really good job. But just the writing and that film was just really, really bad. But I think it's time that we actually got a new Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, we know that Robert Englund is not going to play Freddy again, unfortunately. He said he's not doing it because of his age and he's too old. But I put a video out a few weeks ago just saying, like, my top 4 picks for a new Freddy. So those were Jamie Campbell-Bower, who plays Vecna in Stranger Things. Richard Brake, who's been in a lot of Rob Zombie stuff. Dan Stevens, who's been in like Abigail. I think he'd be absolutely brilliant. And Jack O'Connell, who played Remick in Sinners. But a lot of people were like, there's only one Freddy, there's only one Robert Englund, blah, 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 shouldn't be rebooted, blah, blah, blah. And I understand that why people are a lot passionate about it. But there are plenty of great actors out there that I think could make a really good Freddy. Whether the films is good or not, that's a different story. But I think there's plenty of great actors out there that could do a really good rendition of Freddy. So my question to you is, when they eventually reboot Nightmare on Elm Street, who would you like to see cast as Freddy Krueger? Let me know in the comments. I'd really like to know your thoughts, guys. They say it's a really interesting, I think, a topic to have. I know there's like the director of Dream Warriors said he would love to have Jim Carrey. I mean, Jim Carrey I think is a fantastic actor, but for me, I don't think he would make it a good Freddy. I think he's far too goofy, personally. But I would love to know what your thoughts are and who you would love to see cast as Freddy Krueger. So let me know in the comments, guys, throughout the live. I'd really like to know your thoughts. Okay, guys, so let's get on to the next category. So we've got 4 categories left to go. So which category do you think is coming up next? And are you excited? Let me know in the comments if you're excited for the next category. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like, give me a fire icon, whatever you want to do. Any emojis are welcome. Got 5,015 likes. Thank you so much, guys, for your support tonight. As I say, it's free to send some likes on here. So if you're loving the live so far, and you're loving these awards, I really appreciate it if you'll help me support me with some likes. And if you want to send a gift, support me as well. That is also greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you for the Rose Show. I really appreciate that. Oh, Horror Fantastic. That's a good one. Pretty hard to choose, to be honest. Yeah, there's so many great actors out there that I think could do a really good job. Jamie Campbell-Bower for Freddy. Yeah, that was one of my picks, man. I think he would be absolutely brilliant. I think he'd be so good, man. So good. So, the next category we have for the Quest4Horror Awards. Oh, come back in here. Is most shocking scene. Horror Fanatic 90, thanks for liking live. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, the most... Oh, what's going on here? The most shocking scene. So, I mean, horror obviously thrives on the moments that make us, gasp, squirm, and even at some point, right, one makes us want to cover our eyes, right? So, the scenes that stay with us long after the credits roll are the ones that really stick with us and the ones that horror fans always talk about. So, this category honours the most shocking, unforgettable moments of terror in 2025. So, the nominees for most shocking scene at the Quest4Horror Awards in 2025 are as follows. Oh, is Bring Her Back, the knife scene. Weapons, the headbutt scene. Final Destination, the MRI scene. Nosferatu, infant devoured scene. Together, the unfortunate puppies. The ugly stepsister, eye-opening, or It's Welcome to Derry, inside the womb. So out of all of those, who do you think will be crowned the most shocking scene of 2025? So here we are, most shocking scene, horror scene 2025. So let's find out. Okay, you ready, guys? The winner of most shocking scene of 2025 is Welcome to Derry Inside the Womb, which I think is an absolutely fantastic scene from a fantastic series. We've still got a couple of episodes to go. Welcome to Derry is brilliant. Later on today, best horror TV show of 2025. Now, for me personally, I think that scene in it is the standout scene of the series so far. I watched how inside the episode, the majority of that was all practical effects. They applied obviously bits of CGI where they had to here and there, but the most part it was practical. And that scene, the way it starts and the way it ends, it just escalates and escalates and escalates and just gets worse and worse and just more horrific. So for those of you that voted for It Welcome to Derry Inside the Womb, let me know in the comments. But for me personally, the knife scene in Bring Her Back is hands down the most shocking scene of the year. When I saw that in the cinema, I was like, holy fuck. That is absolutely insane. And I've since bought the film on Blu-ray. I watched it about 3 times. And that scene always gets me. Like, the use of practical effects in that scene is just absolutely sickening. Just looks so real and so realistic and so horrible. But yeah, the Quest4Horror community has spoken, and it's won by Inside the Womb in It Welcome to Derry, which was episode 2. So well done. So Horror Fanatic, what about Patrick Wilson for Freddy? I like Patrick Wilson. I think he's a great actor, but I don't think personally he would make a great Freddy. That's just me personally, but he is a fantastic actor. So 5,676 likes so far, guys. Thank you so much, and for the gifts. Bill Skarsgård might be good for Freddy Krueger. I would personally love to see Bill Skarsgård and Olivia as Freddy Krueger, but like Bill has said that he doesn't really like anymore playing scary characters. I mean, I hope obviously we still get to see him as Pennywise in season 2 and season 3 of It Welcome to Derry. I mean, he's certainly one I would love to have, but I think realistically he wouldn't, unfortunately. Steve Kerr, welcome in. You joined us through just over halfway through the Quest4Horror Awards, so welcome in. And guys, just say, you liking my t-shirt tonight? My reanimated t-shirt. Horror movie fan, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in. We're just halfway through the Quest4Horror Awards 2025. So, how you liking my background? So I changed rooms a couple of weeks ago, so I got these cool lights. You see my background, almost some of my horror merch, my pictures, all that kind of stuff. Got the new Quest4 background here. So all good. So hope you enjoy it, guys. So let's have a check who we got in tonight. So we've got Michelle Harris, we've got MJM, Horror Fanatic 90, Horror Movie Fan, Olivia, Late Night on the Video Store, and Flop Peter. So thank you guys for spending time with me at the Quest4Horror Awards. It's greatly appreciated. And let's move on to the next category. So we've got 3 categories left to go. What category do you think is going to be next, guys? Let me know in the comments. Loving the new room. I've got to wait until my next summer new man cave coming with built-in bar. Built-in bar, man, that would be awesome. And thank you so much for the gifts, Horror Fanatic. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. But yeah, I mean, a new man room with a built-in bar, dude. That's like the dream. There's a couple of things I'd like to get in this room as well, maybe eventually. But see how things pan out for me and the wife next year, because we've got things that are going on. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this setup. I need to get some. I've got like my ring light here that I do all my videos on that holds my phone as like a light here. But I'm going to invest it in a light about that big that I can clip on my monitor that faces the wall. It will reflect the light off the wall and it will light my face up a little bit more. So I'm doing little things here and there just to try and make everything stand out a little bit more, to make it better for you guys and have like a background. Because usually when I do these lives, I have just like me on a like a green screen with some kind of background. And that's all cool, but I like to actually show my actual room that I've got here. At the moment, I've just got a summer shed and a bar. Want to rip these down and build a big one. That sounds awesome, man. Now, that sounds like a really good plan. I'm sure that's going to come together really well. And when you do have that, it's going to look absolutely amazing. So, let's move on to the next category. And the next category is Best Male Lead. So best male lead in a horror film in 2025. So in horror, you know, horror demands strength, vulnerability, and raw emotion from its leading men or man. So these performances carried us through darkness, made us bleed the fear, and left us haunted long after the credits rolled. So these are the nominees for Best Male Lead in a 2025 horror film at the Quest4Horror Awards. So the nominees are Mason Thames, Black Phone 2, David Johnson, The Long Walk, Michael B. Jordan, Sinners, Alfie Williams, 28 Years Later, Oscar Isaac, Frankenstein, Josh O'Connor, Keeper, and Indy the Dog, Good Boy. So, here we have Best Male Lead. So let's find out who won. So you think it's Frankenstein Horror Fanatic? So the winner of Best Male Lead in 2025, I just put it there by mistake. I put it there, is Michael B. Jordan Sinners. I didn't express it. So well done to everybody who voted for Michael B. Jordan. It was an overwhelming majority, and for me, I agree with you guys. I think Michael B. Jordan was absolutely fantastic, playing dual roles as Smoke and Stack in Sinners. I think he did a phenomenal job and absolutely brilliant. And you know, there's obviously rumours that Ryan Coogler is going to be doing like a Cineverse. We might see some like backstory of Smoke and Stack, like in another film, like a prequel or something like that. But I think really, really well deserved. So for those of you that voted for Michael B. Jordan as Sinners, let me know in the comments, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So well done. That's that one there. So Michael B. Jordan, Best Male Lead. Oh, right, so let's check in. So we've got Michelle Harris, Horror Fanatic 90, MJM, Late Night the Video Store, and Olivia. 6,113 likes, guys. Thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it. And thank you so much for the gifts as well. It really helps me like keep doing things like this. And it pushes the video out, the FYP, to get more people in to watch. So it's always greatly appreciated. So let's move on to the next category. So we've got 2 more categories to go. And the next category is Best Practical Effects. Michelle, thank you much for the roses. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Just let that play out. Oh, Fnatic, thanks so much for the cool love as well. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, the next one is Best Practical Effects of 2025. So, with horror, it's not just about story. It's also about craft. You know, the blood, the shadows, the creatures designed to make you so feel you swear they're in the room with you. You know, that really create these nightmares that horror fans really, really love to talk about. So practical effects for me and for the majority of horror fans are the heartbeat of horror. And tonight we honour the artists who made nightmares tangible. So on here there's a list of films or series that has nominated for Best Practical Effects of 2025. So the nominees in this category are The Monkey, Keeper, Sinners, Bring Her Back, Black Phone 2, Weapons, It's Welcome to Derry, and The Long Walk. So here we have Best Practical Effects. Let's see who won, as chosen by the Quest4Horror community. And the winner of Best Practical Effects of 2025 goes to as chosen by the Quest4Horror community. I think this is absolutely fantastic practical effects this film. Yes, there is also CGI issues on top of it, but the majority of the effects are all practical. So well done to everybody who voted for It Welcome to Derry as Best Practical Effects. If you did, please let me know in the comments. Make yourself known. Now, for me personally, I think it's been absolutely fantastic. But for me, Best Practical Effects of the year, for me, is Bring Her Back. Every scene, whether it's the knife scene, just the really grotesque, horrible stuff that happens in that film. It was all created practically, and it's all stomach-churningly nasty and disturbing. So for me, it would be Bring Her Back. But the Quest4Horror community have chosen, and it's It Welcome to Derry. So well done to you guys for choosing that. That is the winner of Best Practical Effects of 2025. So guys, we are almost at the last category, which is Best Horror Movie. So please let me know, guys, what have you thought of the Quest4Horror Awards 2025? So this is the first time that I've done this. As I said, for those of you that didn't join the stream at the start, this was inspired to me by like the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards, also the Dead Meat YouTube channel, and I don't see anybody else on TikTok that actually do like live horror awards. So I wanted to do my kind of like my own smaller version of it, and this is something that I do want to continue on the channel in future. Maybe make it bigger and better. So I'd love to have your feedback of what you think of the awards and what you think of it so far. I really love to know, guys, so please let me know in the comments. It'd be greatly appreciated. 6,398 likes. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you for the gifts. Really appreciate it. So we've got Michelle Harris, we've got Horror Fanatic 90, MJM, Late Night at the Video Store, Olivia. So guys, let me know if you're enjoying the Quest4Horror Awards 2025. Enjoyed this, great idea, mate. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And also, guys, just while I'm here, so obviously I'm really active on TikTok. This is my main channel. But over the last month or so, I've been uploading like my TikTok shorts to YouTube, and I've been getting some really good traction on YouTube. I've been getting quite a lot of views and a lot of good watch time, and I've got a few more subscribers on YouTube as well. So what I'm also planning to do is some long form content on YouTube that I can't really put on TikTok because it's going to be like well over a minute long. So I will be sharing that on TikTok when I do post that kind of stuff. But if you're not following me, please go over to Quest4Horror on YouTube. It's my same picture that I've got on my profile here. So if you're on YouTube and you want to give me a follow, that'd be greatly appreciated. So I'm just trying to grow on. I want to try and grow on YouTube as well. I have also been trying to do some streaming from PS5 on there. I've been playing some of the Terrifier arcade game, Silent Hill 2, Days Gone. So it's a combination of like game streaming, horror reviews, news, all that kind of good stuff. Maybe some tier lists and things like that. So that's kind of the ideas I've got for that channel. So I enjoyed this, great idea, mate. Thank you, Horror Fanatic. This is great, mate. Thank you. Late Night at the Video Store, Olivia. It's really great, really creative. Thank you. Okie dokies. What's your YouTube username? It's exactly what it is on here, Horror Fanatic. Quest4Horror. With this same thing, and you pop me a follow. Thank you so much. Cool, awesome. I think yeah, because I am following you on YouTube, Horror Fanatic, because I know that you post a lot of like voting polls and stuff like that I've seen, which are really cool. I really enjoy those. So that's really awesome. Thank you so much. If anyone wants to follow me on YouTube, that'll also be greatly appreciated. But anyway, guys, let's get to the final category of the night, which is Best Horror Movie. So, Best Horror Movie of 2025 as chosen by you, the Quest4Horror community. So, after every scream, every shadow, every nightmare, tonight has now led us here to the best horror film of 2025. This is the ultimate Honor the Crown Jewel of Horror. This category celebrates the films that really defined terror in 2025 and the ones that potentially could echo through horror history. So the nominations for Best Horror Film in 2025 are Nosferatu, Sinners, Bring Her Back, Weapons, Black Phone 2, and 28 Years Later. So here we have Best Horror Movie of 2025. Let's see. And what do you guys, before I unveil the winner, Which film do you think deserves to win? Let me know in the comments before I unveil, because this is the big one. This is the big one of the night, the big category. What will be crowned best horror film of 2025? I can reread the nominations absolutely for you. So the nominations are Nosferatu, Sinners, Bring Her Back, Weapons, Black Phone 2, or 28 Years Later. So, Late Night Video Store, you saying Bring Her Back. Olivia, Bring Her Back. Horror Fanatic, Bring Her Back. Okay, this was actually very, very close between two films, but there could only be one winner, and there was just one vote in it. The best horror movie of 2025, as crowned by the Quest4Horror community, is Sinners. Well done to Sinners. Well done to everybody who voted. I think Sinners is a fantastic film that is going to go down as one of the greatest horror films of all time, in my opinion. I think it's a deserved winner. For me personally, my horror film of the year is Bring Her Back. And there was literally, I can't remember what the total votes were, but there's one vote in it between Sinners and Bring Her Back. So it was very, very close. But Sinners takes the crown as chosen by you, the Quest4Horror community. But my pick would have been Bring Her Back. And it seems like the people in the comments here that Bring Her Back was also a very, very popular choice. So there we have it, guys. You know, you, the Quest4Horror community, have spoken, and Sinners takes home best horror movie of 2025. And just to recap the other categories, so best indie horror was won by Good Boy. Best horror TV show was won by It Welcome to Derry. Best horror film score is won by Sinners. Best female lead was won by Sally Hawkins in Bring Her Back. Best horror game was won by Terrifier the arcade game. Best horror villain was Aunt Gladys from Weapons. Most shocking scene was Inside the Womb from It Welcome to Derry Episode 2. Best male lead was won by Michael B. Jordan in dual roles in Sinners. Best practical effects was won by It Welcome to Derry. And best horror movie was won Sinners. So say Sinners takes home best horror movie of 2025, standing tall among legends. But tonight, it wasn't just about the winners, it's about the community that made this possible. I say, like, every vote, every scream, every moment passion came from you. I came up with the categories, I came up with the nominees, but it was you, the Quest4Horror community, that voted in your droves to vote for these categories, and you decided the outcome of these awards. And you brought the Quest4Horror Awards to life, really. So horror isn't just a genre, it's a family, a movement, a celebration of fear and creativity. Together we crown villains, honoured survivors, and relive scenes that really shocked us to our core in 2025. As the curtain falls, remember this: horror never dies. It waits in the shadows, ready for the next screen, for the next year, the next story, and the next legend. And thank you for being part of this journey. Thank you for keeping horror alive, and thank you for making Quest4Horror more than an event, it's a legacy. Until next year, stay scared, stay united, and keep the nightmare burning. And yes, the Quest4Horror Awards 2026 will be bigger, bloodier, and even more shocking. Thank you so much for your support, guys. Thank you for your likes, thank you for your votes, thank you for your gifts, and I'll see you very, very soon.